Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Luckenen certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable. Welcome to Strassbessenbach in Germany for the 6th round in this fascinating 2025 FIM Sidecarcross World Championship. This is a famous town, there's a famous track, they've got a large church and they've got a small one. Model church, we've been here before many times. It is such a beautiful place. Look at the countryside, and the track is equally as spectacular. The whole season kicked off in the Czech Republic in Kramelin. What success it was for Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. Brilliant, brilliant. They got the red plate.
Yeah, GP Kramelin was really good. It was the first one, and yeah, we took the overall, so for sure really good. The speed is yeah, really high there, so we went really fast there also. So yeah, the second race, it was not so easy in the beginning because we had the kill switch problem. So we had to come from 6 or 7, I think, and we made it to the second place for still the overall. So yeah, it was really good.
Season, then it was off to the UK, to Fox Hill, my home country. It's me, Barry Nutley, talking to you. More success for Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart, and he was thrilled.
Weekend. Start was good, speed was good. New track, so everybody was excited, and yeah, we liked the track. A lot of jumps, high speed, and perfect organization. So in the beginning, we were a little bit scared of the Prunier boys because it was a typical French track. But yeah, we could make good laps, good speed, and yeah, we took the win. So we were really happy about Fox.
They had every reason to be scared of the Prunier boys because when they got to France, they were on home ground. The support was amazing, and Kylian Prunier was thrilled to bits to win his home GP.
It was just an amazing weekend. Starting from the Saturday for the qualifying, we have such a great feeling on the track. With the atmosphere, we are the public. It was even better for the Sunday. We had so much people around the track, give us so much energy, and we like the track, this kind of track, so many jumps, and so technical. We were really 100% confident, so it was just an amazing weekend, and I hope to have the same for the second French GP.
It was more of the same in Poland. When they moved to Gdansk, terrific racing. The Pruniers were fast again. What a track it was.
Poland GP, and it was a great weekend for us. We went for 1-1 in both races, the first time for us, and we went for the overall. It was an amazing weekend, and we are really happy about it.
Deep Sound of Lommel was a very different story. Home ground for the Lefferink boys, and believe it or not, they took their first GP win.
I think it was the best GP we ever had. We are happy. It was actually the second place, but at the end we are the first place. So yeah, it was a great weekend for us.
Well, Strassbessenbach, this is how they line up. It's a very narrow gap there now at the top of the table. Koen Hermans being caught by Prunier, Brett Wilkinson just 2 points behind. Then the Lefferinks have done themselves a power of good. Kerben, he's fast. Lil Bardis, they are moving up all the time. At the red plate for much of last year. Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider, Van Luckenen, sadly, is sitting this one out and won't be back possibly this year. Who knows? We wish him well. Stuart Brown, right there in the points, the veteran, going well. Tim Prumer, his season is over, but his determination is still strong. Etienne Bax, that token double win in Lommel. Fantastic achievement. Here's how they line up then based on qualifying here in Strassbessenbach. Lefferinks and Lil Bardis. Brotherly love, I put in the report. It is indeed. Two sets of brothers at the top. Wilkinson, Prunier, Benny Weiss, Schneider, Davy Sanders, he's fast. Hermans, not as quick as he'd like to be, but he's okay. Dan Foden with young Noah Weinman, his German passenger, first time in 435 days on a motocross bike. Willemsen doesn't go. He's got engine problems. Hodges is strong. And they go on, don't they, down the order. Ramo and Luca Kaiser, young men, 18 and 16, respectively, the number 80-40. Jake Brown, Chris Booth. 30 go, 2 reserves. 1 reserve makes it in by virtue of Willemsen's non-start. Herman then gets the ride. But what a track. Look at the drone shot. Now they're lining up. 101, Lil Vardis. They'll all be looking at the left-hand side of the gate as we see it, because that is the shortest distance to the first turn, and it is a tight turn. Left rings, Lil Vardis. Gillian Evan Prunier, 94. Then it's Wilkinson. Wilkinson and Joe Millard. And when we see the start from the drone shot, it's much easier to follow them up the straight. 109, Davy Sanders and Jens Vincent, leaving a gap. Now, who are they leaving that for? Koen Herman, red plate holder. He has said, go one place over so I can go in there. That's how they line up. Everybody to the right of the start gate. And quite a few are opting already to go on the second row and follow the fast men through. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Oh, I'm looking forward to this one, I can tell you. It's warm here, humid, temperatures hotter than yesterday. Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider. So good to see the Austrians looking strong. There is Dan Foden with Noah Weinman. First time they've ridden together was when they turned a wheel in practice yesterday. Astonishing. Anglo-German partnership. Tim Prumer with Janusz Stegman's German-Belgian partnership. Stuart Brown, Scott Graham, the 888 crew, alongside Mike Hodges and Ryan Henderson, Chanteloup brothers, Gert Gordiev and Rodolphe Le Breton, 151 Estonia. Looks early into the race. I've been talking for a bit. They're not even going yet, but I'm going to have a swig from my water bottle. Stefan Wallace, Han van Hel, 418, Anton van der Lagerman, 99. At the front row. 30 teams then, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. This is race 11 of 18 on the 2025 calendar. So we are well over the halfway stage, but that gap at the top that Koen Hermans has is only 24 points. It is slim. Next race win. Left ring. Neil Bardis. Quite a bit of bare flesh on show. It's hot here. No such luck for the team. They have to keep well and truly kitted up with the safety clothing. This is going to be hot. And Tim and Sam left ring last year, race winners, but they had a problem with the heat. Neil Bardis, Prunier. Prunier said yesterday in his interview, the track is just so hot, it's so dry, it hasn't cut out, there are no rocks. It's like a road race. It's like a mountain grass track and like a road race. And that will make it very difficult for everyone or anyone to pass. So the start will be everything. We'll be joining Gert van Verven down there in pit lane at some stage during the race, because we have the services of the former Grand Prix rider, of course, working with the FIM and with us on WSP. So for those of you watching live on the live stream on fim-moto.com, then there you go. There's Tim Prumer. Tim Prumer, Janusz Stegmans playing catch-up in the championship. Scotty Graham wrangling his hands. I know why he's doing that. It's the nerves to get everything settled down. The bike's on the line. The tension at this point is almost unbearable. Not just for them. Tobias Bertfelder, 18, moving into place. The 184 crew, well, that's Jan Horman, Andy Schlinnert, first reserve. So they're lining up next to 2 full rows. Can you believe it? 2 full rows. What could possibly go wrong? Hopefully, Dave Edward, our race director, down there on the start straight with Our two board leaders, one saying 15 seconds, one saying 5 seconds. Green flag, everybody ready. 12 o'clock right in the UK and 11 o'clock in the UK, 12 o'clock here in Strassbessenbach. 1 o'clock. What am I talking about? Here we go then. 5 seconds. Okay. On it goes, left bit of fire. Look at the Lil Bardis boys. Just towards the whole shot. Lil Bardis looks like he's got it. Into the turn, it's Daniel and Bruno Lil Bardis. They have got the whole shot. Now the young Latvians can show us what they're made of. They are out in front. Daniel and Bruno said yesterday if they could make the whole shot, they'd stand every chance. But Benny Weiss and Patrick Snyder have gone with them. Well, that was an absolute catastrophe for the Lefferings. Where are they? That's Brunier. Brunier in fourth. Lefferings in fourth. Brunier third. So Lefferings in fourth place. Killian Evan Brunier. Justin Kerman coming from the back row, number 7. So Justin Kerman and Dion Reitman have got a lot of work to do. But Daniel and Bruno Lil Bardis, who were in the red plate for so long last year, are out in front here. Brett Wilkinson behind the Lefferings. Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. The first on the left-hand side, and Wilkinson is making the move inside Lefferings. He's gone to fourth. Wilkinson and Millard up to fourth. What an opening lap already. Lil Bardis, Weiss, Brunier, Wilkinson, Lefferings. Is that Kuhn Hermans? Yes, it is. The red plate holder is there in 6th place. Mike Cummings' screen will update when they come over. Kuhn Hermans, Ben van den Bergart, right on the back of Tim and Sam Lefferings. Well, the Lefferings must have thought they had that, but they were pipped to the post by Lil Bardis. And look at Wilkinson. Wilkinson is right on the back of Brunier now. Killian Evan Brunier have got this going. Wilkinson do everything he can. He wants it. He's desperate for it. And the left-hand sidecar works well here. Although it went a bit wide there. Left the sidecar wheel at the berm. Waiting for my timing screen to update. Well, this is a colossal start. What an exciting race this is. Big airtime here in Strassbessenbach. All these leading through. Very loud in my headphones. Air horns, flags being waved. The Latvian flags absolutely prominent as always. Well, the Lil Bardis twins, 101 then. Out they go. Benny Weiss, Patrick Snyder. So good to see the Austrians in 2nd place. Can they sustain it? Their faithful Zabel behind the mega of the Lil Bardis boys. Zabel, Brunier, Husqvarna for Brett Wilkinson, KTM for the Lefferings. A little bit of picture freeze there, but the race goes on up the front. Lil Bardis and Benny Weiss, already a race winner in Kremlin. Not letting them get away, is he? Brett Wilkinson being dropped away a bit. The top 3 are just pulling away here. Brett's got to up his game. 1 lap completed. 0.6 of a second the gap that Lil Bardis has over Benny Weiss. Brunier still there in 3rd. Wilkinson, Lefferings, Hermans. Gordiev in 7th place. Stuart Brown and Scotty Graham in 8th. Adrian Petter, Joel Hoffman in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Stefan Wyers and Han van Hal. And at the sharp end, I've got to calm myself down, otherwise I won't be able to sustain 30-minute plus 2 lap. They are close at the front. Lil Bardis is not hitting away. Certainly not the way he would have hoped. Brunier looking at the inside now, but he can take some consolation that he is sitting ahead, in fact 3 places ahead of Kuhn Hermans. There is Brunier, there is Hermans. Hermans is being dropped away now by Tim and Sam Lefferings. Wilkinson not as quick, just looking at his lap time. Well, 1:59.2, he's there or thereabouts. We've got 5 crews in the 59. 6 even. Hermans is doing a 59.8. But the fastest lap by the Leobardis, 1:59.079. What a race already. It's race 11 on the 18 race calendar. We go from here to Madonna in Latvia. Just imagine, they'll go bonkers there if the Leobardis boys get a start like this in their home country. Then we move to Vesoul in France, and the grand finale, as always, or certainly in recent years, will be in Rudersburg. So it's back to Germany for the grand finale in this 9-round championship. But you can see the gap that the top 6 have over the chasing pack, and it's 6 seconds that Brown trails Koen Hermans by in 7th. Stuart Brown's got Graham in 7th. Hermans really on the back of the Lefferinks. And Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Or was that Benny Weiss? That was Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider. So Wilkinson has gone up a place. Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider, the other side at first. There's Brett Wilkinson. 2nd place for Wilkinson. He and Joe Millard then past the Pruniers. What about this? Killian Evan Prunier. They must have had a coming together with Benny Weiss, who's now back off the pace. But Killian and Evan Prunier are still in 3rd, but they've got the British crew in front of them. They know full well the British crew will be nibbling away at that point advantage. Wilkinson was just 2 points behind Prunier. If he keeps going like this, he's going to move into 2nd place in the standings. But we've had 7 minutes of racing. We've still got 23 to go before we see a 2-lap order. That, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world, is a lifetime. Hot conditions, dust, your mouth and grit in the teeth, your mouth is filling up with sand. You're breathing fast with nervous energy. Forearms are tempting to pump up, but the winter training, this is where it all comes in to play. Look at Prunier alongside Wilkinson and making the move, pushing Wilkinson back to 3rd. They knew the significance of having the British crew in front of them. So Killian Evan Prunier up to 2nd. So we have brothers in the lead, brothers in 2nd place, brothers in 4th place. And this is just the most amazing indication and underlining how much the family plays in this sport. 3 generations of sidecar crossers here this weekend. We've got kids on the programme, we've got a veterans race, and we've got the contemporary modern day gladiators. Hermans unable to do anything about the Lefferinks. So a totally Dutch battle going on. The red plate trying to get past the red shirts. And Wilkinson now is on their hit list. Briefly leading Prunier, but he knows Prunier had the legs for him. Fastest lap, still by the Leobardis. No, as I speak, 1:58.219. Killian Evan Prunier, fastest lap. So they're on a charge. The French champions, leading the French championship, double champions already, Grand Prix winners in this series in 2025 are on a charge. The number 94, yellow-clad French brothers. And Brett Wilkinson has now got the Dutch brothers for company. Joe Wilkinson, a very accomplished veteran sidecar passenger, having ridden in this sport for the best part of 15 years at the highest level. And his uncle and father, in actual fact, way back in the day, and you've probably heard me say before, so don't yawn. In my day, they were adversaries of mine, albeit many years younger. Went on to win Grand Prix, win individual Grand Prix races. So Millard's name is synonymous with success at Grand Prix level. But now Brett Wilkinson has been passed by Tim and Sam Lefferink, and he's going to have to fight back here because Koen Hermans is on his case. Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. As you can see the Prunier boys disappearing into the distance. 10 minutes of racing gone, 20 minutes to go. But we have seen Brett Wilkinson get second win. He drives hard all race long and puts in some of his quickest lap in the closing stages. He's got Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. That is the threat to Koen Hermans. Kilian Evan Prunier, the yellow shirts, are winding in the championship standings, the red plate holder. I'm not even going to try and do the sums at this stage, but Koen Hermans, the position he's sitting in, will enhance his championship standings, but not his championship lead, because Prunier is eating into it quite handsomely. No one will be more aware of that. Koen Hermans. Never having won a championship, driver of the number 3 outfit, whilst his passenger Ben van den Bogart has taken 4 World Championship titles. We have a WASP company in our commentary point, and Prunier and Hermans is past Brett Wilkinson as the yellow and black insect brushed my arm. It made me jump, and I missed that overtaking moment. An awful lot of wasps around in Central Europe, maybe in the UK as well. But Hermans now past Wilkinson and Millard, who had a brief moment of glory, and I can see down in pit lane we've got Koen Hermans with Raymond Solinger, and one of his engines is leading the race.
So we are here in the pit lane, and we see now the Lil Badas guys riding the Mega engine. They are in the first place, and we see now Koen Hermans just past Brett Wilkinson for the 4th place. It looks good for you?
It looks perfect. The start of Lil Badas was a whole shot. Hermans had not that best start, but I know he had a good condition. I think he can fight for the top 3. Now he is on the back wheel from Liefering. I think it will not. We have not wait long to have an attack from him, and I hope he will go more in front to the top guys.
And did you get something special to the engines for this track?
No, we have really hot temperatures, so we not struggle, but we change a little bit the setup for today, and it works good.
Okay, thank you, Raymond, and we hope you have a good result for the Mega Ball.
Thank you. I hope too. Huh?
Well done, Gert. Well done, Raymond. The Mega 2-stroke big 750 single cylinder 2-stroke. You imagine the piston's as big as a teapot, never mind a teacup. And a Mega engine is leading. The Zabel is in 2nd place. A KTM is in 3rd. And another Mega 2-stroke is in 4th place in the hands of Koen Hermans and Ben van den Bogart. So Raymond Solinger will be utterly, utterly delighted that his boys are going so well. That's what the beauty of sidecar motocross is. You have such a variety of engines, such a variety of machinery, and yet always, always consistent is this family connection that runs right through the sport and has done for decades. Koen Hermans, Ben van den Bogart then. Right on the back of Tim and Sam Lefring. They're not going to be easy to pass because the lap times are very similar. Lefring's with a 158.7, Hermans' best lap 158.5, so 0.2 of a second separates them on lap times, and that is going to make it very difficult for Koen Hermans to find a way past the number 75 crew. Nearly half distance here in this race before we see the 2-lap board. And the dust's beginning to kick up, but you can see how hard it's been because there are no ruts, there are no deep ruts. This track has stayed as hard and as fast as it was throughout practice and qualifying yesterday. The ground is like rock, and that's pretty much general because of the hot summer we've had right across Central Europe and the UK. It's just not digging out. It is bone hard, and that makes it fast. The lap times won't come down at all. they will stay consistent where they are because it is going to be so easy to go fast. Left Rinks have just done the fastest lap, 1:58.056, compared to Lille Bardis, 1:58.554. So everybody is closing up here, and Prunier is closing up on Lille Bardis very soon. We're going to have a four-way battle, and that will be a 12-wheeler. We've got a six-wheeler at the front, but we've got another six-wheeler chasing. We're going to have them all bunched up in part two of this race, I can tell you, because we are now at half distance. In fifth place is Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. Justin Kerben and Dion Reitman have made it up to sixth from the back of the grid, and that is sensational. They were in last chance qualifying to fight for their place to even start due to the exhaust pipe falling off yesterday in qualifying proper. So they started from the back row, and they are up to sixth place, having passed Benny Weiss and Patrick Schneider, who in turn are leading Stuart Brown and Scott Graham, with Adrian Petter and Joel Hoffman rounding out the top 10 places. Still this battle rages between the two Dutch crews. Let the pictures tell the story for 2 seconds while I have another swing. Well, pit lane empty. I can see Glenn Woodland there in the picture down in pit lane. You're not seeing that at home, but I can see what's happening in pit lane. As Tim and Sam Lefrink fight off the unwanted attentions of Koen Hermans and Ben Vanden Bogart. But they are closing. They are closing now on the Prunier boys. Justin Kerben putting in the fastest lap, 1:58.3 on this time. That's his personal best fastest lap. And, well, what can Kerben do? He's now up to sixth. And he'll be closing in on Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. The drone shot showing you the leading pair, the chasing pair, then Brett Wilkinson and Joe Millard. This is the battle at the front. Prunier has not let Lille Bardis go. In fact, the Prunier brothers really know what's at stake here. Lille Bardis is not a threat to them in their championship position at the moment, but they are leading Koen Hermans and Ben Vanden Bogart by 2 positions, and that will bring them even closer to the red plate holders in the standings, and they will be going for victory here, and they're looking at the inside to put a passing move on Daniel and Bruno Lille Bardis. This is sensational. 12 minutes of racing left on the clock. What a battle for somebody who said they didn't like the track. It was, quote, boring, the same for everybody, and not terribly interesting. Boy, they are putting on a display here, as indeed on the left ring. Prunier boys know what's at stake. The Lille Bardis are getting the come on, and they will be getting jittery as well. Just 18 years of age, the identical twins up the front. Brothers, the French champions, already Grand Prix overall winners in this season, twice in fact. It was such a thrill for them to take victory in their home Grand Prix in Brugge, and that just gave them the most amazing lift in their confidence. But the chasing battle is getting closer. The gap is only 3 seconds behind the first two. In fact, they're bunching up, bunching up, bunching up. Left rinks are getting closer on these downhill drops. You've got to take the courage, take the bull by the horns, throw caution to the wind off those downhill drops. It is so fast here at Strassbessenbach. Throwing it into the right hander. Passengers will be out over the sidecar wheel. In Brett Wilkinson's case, Joe Millard will be over the back wheel, keeping it anchored to the ground on that fast right hander. Getting it set up over those jumps as well, so important. If you get it wrong, if the takeoff is crossed up, it is not going to improve when you're in the air. Tail enders ahead of them. back markers not too far up the road. 10 minutes of racing left here before we get the 2 lap to go board. And now look at Brunier again. He knows where the place is. That's the one he can pass at. Neil Bardis saw his front wheel, he saw the back wheel, and he saw the sidecar wheel. Brunier is right there, and he's going to go for it anytime soon. It's going to be in the air or on one of those right-handed bends. Brunier can smell his aftershave, if indeed the young Latvian shave. They've got little beards, maybe they don't shave at all. Who knows? Who cares? It's about the racing, not about the cosmetic makeup here. Brunier taking off a rip-off, so there is something still picking up, sticking to his lens. He's now got a clear window. He needed that. Such composure. At this point in the race, when you've been racing for 20 minutes, you're exhausted, except they are race fit. They are 30-minute race fit. Left rinks are closing on them now. Everything is bunching up here. This is going to be a grandstand finish between all these teams. Left rinks have shaken off Koen Hermans, and they want to come up to play at the front. This is going to be an absolutely terrific finish, and closing 8-9 minutes, plus we've got 2 laps going into this race. Oh, you can see from the drone a new innovation for us this year. It's not the only new innovation. The live stream and pit lane, there's so much technology being thrown at us this year, and it has settled down handsomely. And we are able to bring you this incredible footage live on fim-moto.tv.com. You're privileged to watch it. I'm privileged to commentate on it. Look at the battles going on here. Neil Bardis still striving to stay ahead of Brunier. Left ring to closing. They're all going to be in the back of a transit in next to no time. We couldn't get anything smaller than a black. Oh, look at that, Brunier just trying the outside line. And Neil Bardis did the outside line as well. He sensed where he was going to have a go. This battle, this defensive battle that Neil Bardis is putting up, is slowing them down and letting Tim and Sem Leffering close. And they will be getting every incentive. As the wheels turn for every lap, they will be getting every incentive to close on the Latvian race leaders. It's now a 9-wheeler. We've got the Lefferings very much in this battle, and Bruniers have lost their momentum. They were close on the Lefferings. They've now got to look behind and ride defensively because the Leffering boys are coming. Koen Hermans has dropped off the back a little bit, still in 4th place. Kerben is up to 5th, past Wilkinson. So Justin Kerben, Dion Rietman, albeit some 7 seconds behind Koen Hermans, will be coming into the same shot. You will see Justin Kerben in a minute. This could well be an even closer finish than we thought. Still 7 minutes to go. Drone shot a little bit glazed, but we can see where Kerben is. There he is, Justin Kerben. Well cut, our director, who gave us the opportunity to judge Justin Kerben's progress up the field in 5th place and closing. 7 seconds gap. He's got 7.4 off Koen Hermans. Can he close it down? That's going to be a second a lap. That's a tough ask. And another little dog coming in the commentary box. That's the beauty of this. I said yesterday, dogs, family, everyone is welcome. There is Kerben. Kerben and Dion Rietman from the 2nd row. What a magnificent effort they've put in. And they can see now, as they go around that loop, they can see the 4 outfits in front of them. And that's all the incentive they need. This is a man who broke his femur in the opening race last year and did not race at all. First time he got on the Husqvarna on the 4-stroke, he was so quick, crashed in Portugal, broke his femur, didn't ride during the 2024 season, but came back with a bang this year. And just look at the speed from Kerben and Dion Rietman. They ride so well together, and this is nothing short of astonishing. They are winding in the leading 4 crews. Still Prunier trails, but Lefferink is right on his case at the front. But we're watching the progress here now. And we can see as they come down here, you'll see Kerben. There's Kerben coming around the top. Kerben coming round, come to play in the same heartbeat. Down the downhill drops off that big one. That needs a bit of courage, and now over this rise into a right-hander. Over the downhill and the step down. And I can see Lefrinks. Lefrinks have gone up into second place, past the Prunier brothers, and they got Koen Hermans coming, their nemesis in actual fact. This is where the points battle is. Pruniers need to stay in front of Koen Hermans and Ben van der Boga. They need to chip away at the points advantage. Kilian Evan Prunier are going to fall victim now to Koen Hermans. The Lefrinks are up to second place. This is an incredible, with 4 minutes of racing before we see the 2-lap board. What a Grand Prix here. And it's the only opening race. We've got a second one later this afternoon. So if you love your sidecar motocross, boy, you're going to be loving this. For all of you at home, this is value for money, I can tell you. Prunier then is going to have to look to his laurels, because Koen Hermans and Ben van der Bogart, the red plate holders, the championship leaders, by 24 points, and at the moment they are giving away more points to Prunier, but not for long if they have their way. Meanwhile, Lefrinks are closing on Lille Bardis at the front, but the Lille Bardis twins look to have this under control with a 2.5 second lead, Daniel and Bruno. There they are, that's the gap, it's visible now, it's about 10 or 12 bike lengths. Prunier boys still need to stretch the advantage, they need to hold on here if they want to take points out of Hermans. They've got 3 minutes and 2 more laps to stay ahead of the red plate holder. Can it be done? Look how close Hermans is. Hermans is looking. The drone shot showing us there's a rut digging out there. Hermans was in it. He was driving hard. Prunier was not as quick around that left-hander, but he is quicker in some parts of the track. He's really, really got to dig deep now and find something special in the closing 6 minutes or so of this race. Lefrinks easing away in second place. Race leaders, Lille Bardis. 13 laps completed for all the top crews now. Justin Kerben is now right on the back of Koen Hermans. Justin Kerben and Dion Rietman have given Koen Hermans something to worry about now. Hermans is sensational from the second row. Hermans in fifth place is up with the leaders. Latvians are clear. They are now 2.8 seconds clear from the Lefrinks. But look at this battle for second, third, fourth, fifth. Lefrink, and you saw there an encouraging lap from Evan Prunier to his brother. Come on, Kilian, we've got this. Keep Hermans behind. Oh no, Hermans is through. No, he's not. The cycle wheel popped up there. And Prunier just for a second. And Kerben is getting closer, ever closer. Half a second off the back of Prunier. Hermans then another half a second back to Justin Kerben. There, Brett Wilkinson in sixth place here. Joe Millard plugging solidly away here. They will retain their championship position, but they will not. They will lose points to Prunier. If they are. A back marker ahead now of the race leader. Still Prunier in third. Still Hermans in fourth. Justin Kerben is coming. Lefring the top gap here. This is where the battle still is. French brothers. Oh, they'll be counting the seconds here. We've got half a minute before they go over the line, and we see 2 laps remaining. Absolutely astonishing stuff here from Tim and Sam Leffring, who took a race victory in Strassbessenbach a year ago. 172 crew moving out of the way. That's the Bois Swiss brothers. For the Bois brothers giving best as the rest of them went over the line. That might have been Andre Kuhlmann and Nick Buck. Can't bother ourselves with back markers. We have to stay focused on what's happening here. 2 laps to go then. The message has gone out to the race leaders. 2 laps to go. Brunier knows he's got 2 laps to beat the red plate holder at bay, and he will do a good job taking more points from Sarah's lead. 25 for the winner, 20 for Leffring, 22 for Leffring, 20 for Brunier, and 18. So it'll be 2 more points. Brunier will eat into the race championship leaders, but they have to stay where they are and not let the red plate holders come up. That's going to matter for me, because I've got to keep focused on what's happening here. Still by the twin coming round, and still they are so close. Just 13 seconds, well 5 seconds, separate the leading, with 13 seconds with Millard behind Gerben, who is there still, Leffring. I don't think 1.8 the gap they got from Leo Bardis. Brunier's got to ride defensively here, because Koen Hermans has now dropped back a little bit, and if Brunier thinks he can attack Leffring in the closing lap, he might well do that at his cost, because Koen Hermans and Ben van der Bogart are just watching and waiting like a Labrador who is sitting there waiting to take the meat that falls off the table. Koen Hermans, another rip-off comes, so he's thrown away Lens. Their Haste brothers, 141, move respectfully out of the way of the race leaders. Blue flag system working well here. Both Brunier and Hermans are safely through, and the Brothers boys are on their final lap with the Leffring in close pursuit. They've got the gap down to a second. It's visual. Is there a final twist in the tail here? Can the red-shirted Leffring steal victory at the last minute? But they're all on their last lap here, and the pace will be telling. There the blue flags, the Bear Haste boys make way for Gerben and Dion Rietman, as Leo Bardis boys, Daniel and Bruno, Gillian, Evan, Brunier. Would you believe it? 3 sets of brothers in the top 3. That is astonishing. The close connections can't be beaten, can they? Look at that. Brunier boys, that's going to be a top 3 unless something dramatic happens in the closing stages. Frank Mulder's there. Got to keep a good gap for Brunier to go through, which he does. Frank Mulder's very experienced. Koen Hermans has lost touch now. His moment has gone. Not far to go now for the Leo Bardis twins to take victory here. On their final lap, the checker flag is being readied. There is not far to go for these boys. But look at Leffring. Leffring are visibly closed. They've got it down to an absolute margin here. And the final twist could be in the tail. And let's go down, because I've got Kurt van der Verven there. So what's going on in pit lane? Kurt? Well, we've got to get back to the checkered flag, because you're right. I can see them on the screen. They are visually closing. The left rings are right there. Neil Bardis should be home and dry, but my goodness me, this is going to be a close one. Hermans has lost touch, I think. What a great ride by Justin Kerben. And there is Justin Kerben. The Rietman from the back of the grid, as Gert van Verven so rightly said. That is a fantastic right track. Neil Bardis twins then into the run-in now. Just a few more turns and twists before the checkered flag. Not far to go now, up and over those final jumps. The track here has held up well. It's been fast, it's been difficult to overtake. But Brunier brothers have done well to maintain and fight off that absolute challenge from Koen Hermans. No time for showboating. The left rings are great. Just a quick one, Gert. A quick couple of words from you. What a battle we've seen. Those top three all the way. Checkered flag then, thank you, Gert. We'll be talking to the guys, hopefully. So that is Neil Bardis, Leffering, and Brunier, top three. And what an amazing, amazing race that was. But let's have a big shout out to Justin Kerben, Leon Friedman. And we're going to talk to Gert down there. And well, Gert van Verven has left us, but Kilian Evan Brunier, as Nicola goes across with the water bottles for the Brunier brothers. A fantastic, fantastic race. And Evan is absolutely shattered. He's sitting down there on the ground. They gave it everything in that race. They are both exhausted, but rightly so. The conditions speak for themselves. It is hot. Kilian and Evan Brunier, third place, fantastic result for them. I've got Gert van Verven down there now, back again at his spot in pit lane. What can I say, Gert? The conditions, you've been there, you've done that. This is tough in this temperature.
Yeah, it's so hot in here. You see all the passengers, drivers are completely exhausted, taking water. Now it's the best thing is to take care of all your clothes. Just go in the cold water. Make sure you drink enough, eat enough again, and take your rest time so you can prepare for the second heat. It's really hot and demanding here.
Yeah, we have a 2-hour break before they have to go out again. But I mean, dehydration is a real risk, and we have seen it, haven't we, over the years, how some of these guys really suffer. We've had 1 or 2 hospital cases.
Yeah, it's really tough for the boys, and you see that some of them are struggling really the last laps. But it's the track, it's the conditions here, the speed, everything. You have to be. There's no minute of rest here on this track. You have to be spot on every lap. So yeah, it really is. It takes a lot of you.
Well, thank you. That's Gert van Verven, a man who has competed at the highest level and is joining us now as part of our presentation team. And it's always good to talk to somebody who's been there and done it in more recent years than those old ones of us who talk about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gert. Okay, talk to you later. Have a good one. Right, the track preparation starts. We've got a good 2-hour break, but we'll have to let these guys recover just a little bit before we go down for a post-race interview, which I'm sure we are going to get. But meanwhile, they have to compose themselves. And we are going down now. We're able to talk to Evan Prunier. Let's hear what they have to say. Third place finishers, the Prunier brothers.
So Evan, there was a brothers' battle for the second position. How is it to ride in these conditions, in this hot weather?
Yes, we took a good start, and yeah, it was so hot to ride, and yeah, we have a better feeling on the bike and the pace on the ride. So yeah, we fight for first, but we struggle a bit at mid of the race, but we managed to do a good race.
Yeah, but still you kept Hermans behind you, so now it's very important points for you for the championship standing.
That's a good result for us for sure. So there will be a second race, so we will see.
Yeah, good luck for the second race.
Thank you.
Well done, Evan. If ever I saw an exhausted man, that was one. Well, thank you, Nicola. That was great. Absolutely brilliant. So what a race. And you can hear in the background Mike being revved up and ridden away a little bit close to our effects mic, but that's it. At least that one's gone. And hopefully we'll be listening to someone else. If Nicola can grab another interview for us. It won't be Hermans. It should be one of the Lefrinks, or certainly one of the Lille Bardis twins. But everybody's so tired. The last thing I want to talk to is talk to us, but we shall see. Meanwhile, the crowd have enjoyed that. It's very humid here, very hot. And as I say, people stripped off enjoying the hot weather. It's clouded over just a little bit, but the ambient temperature very high indeed. We've got a good support class. We've got support sidecar racing. We've got quads on the program, but their confirmation of the race classification and the points, Lefrink, 20 points. There you go. 2 more eating into Herman's lead. So that gap comes down now to 20. So it's getting closer all the time. 22 points the lead, and Herman's fourth. Kerben, brilliant. Wilkinson, 6th. Benny Weiss, Patrick Schneider had a problem. They were running so well early in the race. Tim Brummer up to 8th. Stefan Wires and Han van Haal. Mike Hodges, Ryan Henderson, rounding out the top 10, ahead of Davy Sanders, Jens Vincent, Gordiev, Rodolphe Le Breton. Adrien Petter on home ground. He was anxious to do well, and they did. Tom van der Lagermatt, Bolliger, Leutweiler, that's a good result for them. Solid points for the French brothers Chanteloup, Elika, Freigang, Hengster, Selina Jahn, the only lady in the race. Hoffman and Hertfelder picks up the last point. So there you have it. Those were the point scorers. And we're going to take a breather now, a much needed breather. So join us again on FIM Moto TV for Grand Prix Race 2. What a cracker that was. From me, Barry Nutley, thanks for watching us. We'll see you later in the afternoon for Race 2. Don't go away.
Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukenes certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.